All right, we're live.
Live.
All right, we'll leave this photo up for a few while we because we're really a minute early, but we'll leave this up. You know, there might see if anybody joins us for the live broadcast. If not, it'll be available on YouTube.
There you go.
All right, so that's Glenn Danzig. Is he wrapping presents or unwrapping presents?
I don't know. It looks to me like he's wrapping presents.
Yeah, he does. He's got those purplish pink scissors back there and a roll of tape. So I think you're right. He's wrapping presents.
I'm kind of surprised at his basic ass Christmas tree.
I'm surprised that it's not black.
I know. I expected it to be spookier.
Yeah, Shannon got a black Christmas tree. It's kind of morbid. I'm surprised.
Well, Danzig's all about the dirty black summer. He doesn't say anything about Black Christmas.
It just in general, I'm surprised about how well lit and not dark his house is.
Maybe it's not his house.
Could be. He's over, like his girlfriend's house, barefoot, wrapping presents.
Whatever. But yeah, it looks like, I don't know, it just doesn't look to me like the decor that you would find in Danzig's house based on what I've seen in the Danzig home movies.
Right. I expected it, he's got that big goat head thing on his mantle and shit. Yeah, that's more what I expected. Maybe that's his study or something. And this is, or, maybe his girlfriend moved in and Glenn, you can't have that in the living room, man.
Just like, no, we gotta put a tasteful vase with some kind of plant in the back.
Yeah, but you got to put that goat head thing out in the garage. Is it the goat head from what was that movie, The Devil's Reign?
I don't know. It might be.
That's what that thing looks like. But anyway, all right. So we agree he's wrapping presents. We don't know where he is. What is he wrapping up, Dean?
I think he's giving away extra copies of all like the Danzig stuff that doesn't sell, like the Skeletons cover album and like
that cover album that came out like 2-3 years ago that just bombed.
Yeah, the Danzig sings Elvis. It's like all the spare copies he has of that. Like, here you go.
Didn't he like butcher a Sabbath song on that cover?
Yeah, he did. Well, I can't remember which one he did. It's been so long since I listened to that one because it wasn't very good. But there was some good stuff on there, man. That Devil's Angels song that just sounded like an old Misfits song.
Right.
Great.
So you think he's wrapping up that stuff? I think he's wrapping up those Sam Hain records that came out this year.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I've told you a few times that my hypothesis is that he's behind those.
I feel like if he was behind that though, that like, especially like, because Final Descent never came out on vinyl. It never came out on CD and tape.
Gotcha.
It was planned to be released on vinyl, but it was scrapped. So I wonder. The thing about Final Descent is I listened to one of those new copies this morning when I got here, and it still doesn't. I mean, I feel like if he did the Final Descent one, he would like remaster it or something, or at least make it sound a little bit better. I mean, it sounds fine, but it's definitely not vinyl mastered.
So, what is the story with Final Descent anyway? It's got some Misfits stuff on it. It's got stuff off of Unholy Passion on it.
Well, yeah, it's mainly Unholy Passion stuff, and then like the A side, the B side is basically Unholy Passion,
right?
Alternate takes. I remember when I used to go on like Misfits message boards and stuff, looking at Misfits stuff, and they would be talking about Danzig stuff. There was always a big argument over whether or not they were like re-recorded versions, or if he just like took the same tracks and said other people played on them.
Oh, really?
On there, anyways, because on the back of it, it lists that like John Christ is the guitar player on some of those tracks.
Right.
And Steve Zing on some of the drums, Danzig on the other drums. I think that song Birthing, that's a drum machine, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I wish he would just re-release all that stuff officially.
For sure. I'm sure he will at some point, man. It'd be cool to have those reissued with, like deluxe packaging and shit. And
oh yeah, or just like, even like posters or something.
Yeah.
It's the one band I think doesn't get enough love that he did, man.
For sure. I mean, over the years, I definitely lean more towards Sam Hain than I do the Misfits.
Oh, same. I mean, I love the Misfits, don't get me wrong, but Sam Hain I think is the best thing he's done.
Yeah, I agree. Well, here we are. We're over the hump there. We're over the 3 o'clock mark, and we're doing our New Year's Eve year wrap up. We haven't even done an episode of talking shit in a while. They're really easy to do. I don't know why I don't do more of them. But anyway, strange year. Old 2020 turned out to be.
Definitely been a weird one.
What was the last concert you saw, Dean, before all this went down?
I can't even remember, honestly. I can remember the last one that I played, which was with Chthonic Deity and Oryx at the High Dive. That was like the last show I played.
Right.
I can't remember the last one I just went to, though.
The last one I saw was Y&T on March 7th.
Nice.
So Y&T up in Blackhawk. And I remember at that time, like the news stories about COVID had, become more and more frequent, but it was still kind of weird. Even while we were there, like, should we be here? It didn't feel too weird, but you just didn't know enough about it. And then what was that? That was March 7th. And what was it, like the 15th, where basically everything shut down?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, it was a week before that. So it was definitely a little bit more than a distant news story, but it wasn't. You're just like, I don't really get it. I don't know what's going on. But I do remember walking across the casino, and I remember telling Shannon that I don't think I want to play any of the machines. I didn't want to touch them. I did have a little bit of freak out going on already.
That's how I feel, anyways, about those.
All right, so today's show, we're gonna start with the dark, because it was a dark year. But being the silver lining kind of guy that I generally am, I'm gonna move on from that and then celebrate, the good stuff that happened in the year, because there was a lot of good stuff. And I hope my brother jumps on, because he had some really cool stuff that he had put together this year and was behind. A lot of people lost their jobs, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people lost their lives, and I was it's kind of weird to throw it out like that, but I went through a list today of basically rockers that had passed away in 2020, or and then I went to a bigger list of celebrities in general, and it's freaking nuts, man.
Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island just died.
Yeah, was that like yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Here's a list of folks. I'm gonna rattle it off, and it's a little dark, but I do think we want to celebrate some of all of these people. And if you've got any thoughts on any of them, Dean, or if I leave somebody out, I absolutely apologize. These are the ones that kind of struck a chord with me personally. I'm gonna butcher his last name. We got I won't even say his last name. We got Darren from Axe Grinder, the drummer from Axe Grinder.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
One of the more recent deaths was Leslie West from Mountain.
That's right. R.I.P. Leslie West.
Yeah. I think it was last week. Clay Anthony from Junkyard passed away. So not all these are COVID related. He died of complications of a car crash, but it just piles on the loss that a lot of folks experience, that we've all experienced this year. Ken Hensley, I think is his last name, from Uriah Heep.
That's right.
Probably one of the ones that hit me the hardest was Eddie Van Halen.
Oh yeah, Van Halen was a big one too.
Yeah, that was a really big one. Dylan Max, Bob fucking Murderer from Minneapolis. Yeah, he passed away just a couple weeks ago too. There's Justin. We added Justin while Justin's in his new disc.
Hands up.
He's in his new home. He's got a new haircut going.
Looking sharp. Look at this guy.
You're looking something. Yeah. What do you got there? What's on the wall behind you?
Frank Frazetta.
Cool.
I think it's called Egyptian Queen. It's the one where the woman's standing against the pillar and there's like a big like jaguar, like a big cat, and there's like a unique dude standing there.
Oh yeah, I know that one. What's on your left?
Right here?
We're gonna take a detour from our list of folks that have passed on to check out Justin's home furnishings. What do you got on the left there, Justin?
This?
Yeah.
Are you asking about? This is a painting from Jesse De La Cruz.
Jesse
And
who?
then this, Jesse De La Cruz.
Oh, okay.
And then this is our grandparents.
Yeah, I have that hanging in my living room.
And then this is proof that I flew a ultralight. I piloted an ultralight for a half hour. I have a half-hour pilot's lesson. So,
Hell yeah.
how's everybody doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're rattling off the list of folks that have passed on this year.
Oh, Leslie West.
Yeah.
You
We'll
already
catch
mentioned that?
Justin up here real quick. We Darren from Axe Grinder, Leslie West, Clay Anthony from Junkyard, Ken Hensley from Uriah Heep, Eddie Van Halen. All right, now we got Lee. I don't even know how to say his last name. Lee Kerslick from Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Frankie later, Justin. Frankie Benally from Quiet Riot.
That's right. That's it.
Old Pete Way from Fast Wave, from Wasted, from UFO. Old Pete Way passed on. He went on his way a few weeks ago. The classic UFO took a hit. We also had Paul Chapman from UFO passed away.
I didn't even know about that one.
Joey Image from Misfits. And what other bands was he in?
Joey Image was in I can't remember him being anything else that was really big. We had a 10-inch that he played on, but I can't remember.
That's right. He was in that one,
or something. Yeah.
Lou Cavaris from Riot.
Oh, this guy wasn't a COVID dude, but Brody Lee, wrestler from WWE, he was in WWE and AEW. Brody Lee just died last week. They had a big tribute show for him last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did. It was super sad watching a bunch of meathead wrestlers crying and wrestling. It was sad as hell.
Was there tribute wrestling? I'm all sobbed up, and now I got to go in the ring and beat the hell out of it?
Essentially, yeah. That's how it went. And then one of the heel guys even screamed in his kid's face.
Oh, wow. That's it, man.
It was great. It's what wrestling's all about.
We had Lou Cavaris from Riot.
It's sad. There's a lot of old rockers on that list from early heavy metal days. It's that's sad, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got Josh Pape from DRI.
Oh, that's right.
Andy Gill from Gang of Four. Reed Mullen from Corrosion of Conformity. That was old Reed Mullen. That was one of the ones that kind of hit me a little bit harder too. So met that dude a few times. He was a super nice guy. He was one of those people that you meet and you know that if you knew that person, you guys would be bros. He just gave off that kind of warmth, that kind of friendliness.
Well, and you have your corrosion thing right behind you, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's signed. Wait, it's a black banner that they signed with black Sharpie. So you gotta put out the autograph.
Black on black.
Which I think that's him right there.
Nice.
Neil Peart, obviously from Rush.
Oh, that's right, Neil Peart.
That was so far back in the year. That was actually January. I had thought that happened earlier, but it was this year.
Sure, man.
Ian Mitchell from the Bay City Rollers. Obviously a little different on this list, but when I was a kid, I was really into the Bay City Rollers and Kiss.
Bay City Rollers rule.
I still enjoy Bay City Rollers. I can't help it.
Jeff Grosso.
Oh, that's right.
One of the one of the true skate punks, man. And
yeah, that's it right there too. Skate he's just like a skate punk, man. That's the facts. You
Yeah.
know, big old symbol tattooed on him and shit.
Yeah, and he lived the lifestyle. He was a hardcore dude, man.
And he
Sadly,
didn't talk shit on people, and I loved it, man. He's cool.
yeah. It caught up with him in the end. There was the big controversy. This was it last week or the week before on whether his cause of death, his autopsy results should have been shared or not. And it's fentanyl. Fentanyl is what got him. And Rex is never one to steer away from controversy. So Rex was right in the thick of it, saying, "Yeah, it should be shared because people need to learn from this. Death, should necessarily be in vain. It should be a learning experience. And does that wake somebody up? A lot of the skateboarding community was like, no, that's disrespectful. But I definitely side with Rex on this. People need to be aware, need to understand that shit's gonna catch up with you, man. And along those lines, on the list here, I put him at the top of the list just because the in his favor, the ball rolling, they just kept getting bigger and bigger. But Riley Gale from Power Trip, that was a really heavy one. Never really met the dude, just said hey to him once, got to see him several times, but just the potential that band had, that he had, was that one really hit the music community hard, man. Obviously, we didn't catch everybody on that list, and folks on here, lost relatives, lost people that they personally knew, loved ones, etc. Tough year in that regard. They lost businesses. In Denver, Tui's closed. The Lions Lair is kind of fighting for its life right now. You got some of the other places like the Oriental and stuff that are kind of just barely hanging on. And there's several restaurants and other bars around town that have closed as well. We lost John from Street this year. That kind of hit the local community pretty hard. But unless anyone has any other thoughts on kind of the loss and the dark side of 2020 with closing 2020, you got any last minute comments on the close? That's part of this conversation and move on to the more positive of it.
He needs to hit mute on his thing because I can hear like the whole conversation is like bleeding over.
There, I hit it for him. Good call.
I was like, "Here's boo."
Yeah, it's we're not too slick over here on the old Talking Shit podcast. Those are the technical things that we sometimes miss. This is more about the spirit here than the professionalism. All right, so if if we don't have any other comments on the loss of 2020, or celebrate the positives of the year.
Yeah.
So going into the year, I wanted to say, like, with Chain Reaction, with the shop in particular, we had our best year that we've ever had. So that's with closing for a month and a half. And all right, Dean, you're back. We're going to turn your mic back on, bud. We had to mute you. You're noisy over there.
Sorry, man. I'm helping customers,
Yeah, that's it. We're just saying, we've had the best year that we've ever had, even though we were closed for a month and a half, even though that the Black Friday was like, half or less than half of what we typically do on a Black Friday. We still, the holiday season was the best that we've ever had. So shout out to everyone that came in over the holidays.
Yeah, you've been super supportive. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks, everybody.
And we going into 2020. I don't know if I said it on one of these podcasts or conversation. My whole thing was world domination. We're doubling down. We're taking over. Setting our sights a little bit loftier. And with that, we got ads in Razor Cake. Got ads in the Not Like Using. We got our partnership with the New York Hardcore Chronicles. We got our Discogs page up. We got our Big Cartel site up. And just all of that, just the momentum from that stuff carrying us forward. I can't wait to see what that does for us when the world opens back up. And the mission for the new year is level up. All of that stuff times 2. We're going to do more of that and bigger and better and whatnot. I mean, yeah, we started we killed the podcast there for a long time, but with it sitting at home, I just started with showing off records or something, sitting at home. We kind of got this format, threw this back up. You've got, COVID brought out a lot of different podcasts and stuff. New York Hardcore Chronicles. Old Brian Walsby has been doing a pretty cool podcast. Caught a few episodes of that. Then you have the ability to adapt. Let me back up a little bit. Hey, who's this?
Special guest.
Yeah, special guest, Avila and June.
Hello.
Say hello.
I did.
Oh, my computer keeps going crazy.
Hi, everybody.
Bye. What was I gonna say? Oh, with the shutdown and stuff, you scroll through Facebook, and sure, we miss concerts. People miss concerts and stuff, but adaptability is ultimately a survival skill, and you figure it out. You figure out how to move forward, and you figure out how to live. You sit back and complain, and stagnation equals death, and that a stagnant pond is dead. Dead water. You can't drink it. It's gonna make you sick. So you've got to adapt and move forward. So people putting together their podcasts, people continuing to write music, people writing literature. Finding ways to artistically, continue to create and move forward. So I don't know. Dean ducked off there, and I don't know about you, Justin, but live streams, bands doing live streams. I don't know if anybody has caught any of those. I've got 3 of them under my belt now. 3 live streams. One was free, and 2 were pay-per-view.
Really? What'd you see?
So the free one, it was actually with the COVID shutdown, it was actually one of I guess it was like the first COVID live stream was the Cro-Mags. And that worked out because they were supposed to play that show with Body Count, and it was going to be filmed and stuff. Will you close the door, Ev?
Yeah.
It was going to be filmed anyway, so they had all the cameras set up and everything. And they said, well, the show is canceled because of COVID. Let's just broadcast live. And so they did. And so the Cro-Mags actually had the first lockdown live stream. And it was really freaking cool. The cameras with the Cro-Mags, you couldn't tell that there wasn't an audience there, really. They gave it 110%. Harley was freaking intense and just being Harley, and gushing sweat everywhere. I had a lot of fun watching that one. That was really cool. The first one that I paid for was Bad Religion was doing a series of live streams, doing one for each decade, and I did pay my $15 to watch the one from the 80s.
Dang, I would have watched that one, but I wouldn't have paid $15 for it.
It was good. It was something to do on a Saturday afternoon, it did have me up on a couple songs, air guitaring, but they were they were really awkward. They didn't know what to do. What's the singer's name? Greg Graffin. He didn't know what to do. Yeah, he just did that. I don't know how I would. I mean, we've all played shows where there was little to no crowd, and you got to figure out in your head what you're going to do. Are you going to lay back because there's nobody there, or are you just going to give it the same intense energy anyway? And
my favorite ones of the time we played in Pueblo, and everyone left but like 2 people.
Yeah,
My favorite show.
Bad Religion. I didn't watch the other Bad Religion live streams, but I don't think they knew what to do.
I haven't seen. I saw the Blood Incantation ones, and those are pretty good.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were part of Adult Swim's festival.
Right.
Thing. So they did one for that, and they did one from their own stuff too, and they were both really good.
That's cool. Today, and Dean and I were talking about this a little bit earlier. Today, I got up early, and I took the day off, so I didn't really get up early. I slept in, but I tuned in and I watched the Kiss pay-per-view today, live from Dubai.
Oh wow! Did that one for the fans, huh?
What's that?
I said live from Dubai, huh? They did that one for the fans.
Dude, it was insane. It was insane. Live from Dubai. So I was telling Dean my hypothesis on why it was from Dubai was I think that it was live from Atlantis in Dubai. I'm pretty sure that the hotel ponied up all the money for it.
Yeah, that's money.
It was fucking insane.
That's like saying they did the land of chocolate and didn't get paid in chocolate, you know? I mean, there's a reason Kiss is playing Dubai, you know?
They went for 3 world records during the show.
Jeez.
But 2 of them couldn't be confirmed before the end of their performance, but they were awarded 1 world record while still on stage. And that was for I can't remember if it was for highest pyro or most pyro used in a live concert performance.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Dude, it was insane. The pre-show was really interesting, like all the thought and care that went into this, not only for size and scope of the event, but all the COVID precautions. And they said that a normal Kiss show, I think they said it uses 20 gallons of fuel for the pyro. This show, they used 200 gallons of fuel for pyro.
Wow.
And they kind of had to like remodel the layout at the hotel to build the stage. And they said they had to pull up 70 some palm trees that would later be replaced. There's like this reflection pool in front of Kiss. You can see all the fireworks and that. You know, when Paul Stanley goes out to the crowd, he went out in the middle of this, you know, like reflection pond where his little island was. And they had fireworks. Dude, it was the grand finale at the end of it. Johnny and I were watching it. I was like, I have never seen a fireworks display like that in my life. It was fucking insane, and it was freaking crazy. You know, I'm not gonna get into that it was Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer, you know, and these guys' makeup.
Gab Kiss.
Set that story aside. This they were freaking awesome. The set list was really cool. They played Tears Are Falling. That was awesome. They even did the windshield wiper eyes. I can't even do it. Oh, Tears Are Falling. The one weird thing, and I wonder if this is some sort of like, it's 2 weird things wrapped up into one. This is all during the same song. Some sort of cultural thing. Gene didn't spit blood.
Oh wow!
They did it all with the green lights and the smoke, and making the mean face as he goes into God of Thunder, but no blood came out.
Lame. That's lame, poser.
Yeah.
And then God of Thunder, and rock and roll so they take your virgin soul. You know, the virgin soul. They didn't say virgin soul.
What'd they say?
Oh, wow.
Something about your
Enriched soil?
no, it was something gold. Your sacred gold. That's what
Your fleshy pole.
fleshy pole, yeah. Your stinky hole. No, they said he said sacred gold. So is that some sort of like blood and virgin soul? And you're like,
The sacred goal is the virgin soul.
yeah, that was really weird.
That's creepy.
Yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, they do those like wrestling shows WWE does in like Dubai or Saudi Arabia. That's
Yeah.
nothing they like. It's so crazy all the hoops they jump through for that. Like they had the first women's match. The women are like just all like wearing full bodysuits, looking like scuba divers, and like they had t-shirts on over the bodysuits because even the full bodysuits were too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't be all scantily clad, huh? So that totally was some cultural stuff that.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's one of those
in the freaking prison over there or something. That's crazy.
Yeah, my bosses go and shoot guns and drive Jeeps in the desert there.
Yeah. It's just they got more money than God. You think they would have just paid them freaking. You could have delivered them virgins. We will pay. We will spit blood and sing about virgins. Here are, yeah. That. But our point there was that live streams are a thing now, and Kiss said something about that too. That that bands can get creative and figure out how to use live stream and give their fans something, and with that like. The whole COVID lockdown has been really, really hard on working bands. Like Kiss obviously has money. They can get to stay home and they've got money and they put out a bunch of killer merchandise and got people to buy it over the summer. They've got crews. They Kiss is one of those bands that they have so many people in their crew and they stay. That's what those people do for a living. That's how they support their families. And when bands like DRI are off the road, they don't have an income. When bands like Agnostic Front are off the road, they don't have an income, and their crew, whether they've got 3 guys or 5 guys or 10 guys or whatever with them that go out, they don't have an income.
That's what they work every year is that Kiss tour, those bands tours.
I remember reading an interview with Bobby Blitz from Overkill, and he's saying, this is what I make in a year, and he makes a decent income. He makes about what I do, and he's got a house and he's got 2 cars and whatever. But he's not Paul Stanley rolling around in $300 million or whatever, right? So if Overkill is off for the year, what are they doing for income? If I took a year off, I'm kind of hosed, right? So, and then they've got, let's say Overkill doesn't have a huge crew, but let's say they've got 5 guys that always go out with them, or they get 2 guitar techs, drum tech, and merch guy that always go out with them, and that's their job. Those guys are out of work.
And their bus driver, if they use the same bus driver,
Yeah. So this whole thing has really hit those working bands hard, and you've seen some of them put out some different t-shirts and stuff this year to try to raise money for their roadies, for their crews, etc. But live stream is an option. And, Bad Religion charged $15. I'm sure you go out and charge $10 and get a few hundred people to watch your live stream, and there are ways to kind of move forward. And the more you put into it, the more people are willing to pay for it. Those are my notes on that.
Cool.
Right, we're at the bottom of the hour, so it's perfect. I'm going to dive into a couple of things here. I don't know how prepared you are on this front, but I did bring a stack of records that came out this year. Hey, it's Rex.
Hey, what's up?
So, Rex, we're just talking about you.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So what I was saying is what I said is Rex is not one to shy away from controversy.
Oh, no.
And we were talking about folks that we lost this year, and Jeff Grosso being one of them. And his toxicology, his autopsy results were released, and fentanyl played a role in his death. And there's some controversy within the skateboarding community on whether that should be shared or not. And you were very much a proponent that it should be.
Absolutely, man. Otherwise, it's gonna fucking happen again, right?
Yep. And I agree with you 100% on that, man. That
and if you listen to any of the shit he talks about him doing dope and stuff, he's open. He's not hiding what he did. He's never hiding what he did. So I don't know why everybody else is all of a sudden. You know?
I mean, Jeff Grosso's death is an absolute loss, but it shouldn't be in vain. If his toxicology report being released saves one person, then there's a win there.
Well, personally, I think everybody's kind of felt one person or another has died from the same fucking poison, The last dude in our scene was Dana from Fort Collins. Same fucking shit. Really talented skateboarders. He was on the rise, and it took him too. And it's gonna happen unless we fucking tell people, hey, this shit's out there, you're gonna fuck around, but if you just are oh, hush, hush, respect the family and let's go on and talk about it, well, then nobody's gonna fucking learn and nobody's gonna fucking do it. Yeah.
Yep. Todd Youth's passing was a year or two ago, but I know a lot of people kind of kept that one on the hush hush, but they're talking about it the other day, same thing, fentanyl, the fentanyl and the drugs, it's what got him, lose some really gifted and talented people, but we also lose our friends and, sometimes their relatives. And again, I support you on that, Rex, and that I think people do need to have that dialogue and that discussion and learn, not let that death just be a waste and be in vain. If it saves one person.
Well, like you're saying, we lost this dude who was doing great things. He was really fucking opening the doors for everybody in skateboarding and social just awareness around it. And every one of these people are fucking gifted, They look for this extra something in life, So that's how they get caught up in this shit.
Yeah.
And, we're gonna keep losing awesome fucking people, that are gonna keep looking for a little extra here because they think a lot and they do a lot. I'm kind of the same way. I overthink a lot, and the only way to shut down back in the day was to have a beer, and or something, and I get it, But if we don't talk about it, then nothing's gonna change. Yeah, you can't just move it under the rug. No, dude, and it sucks because it generally happens in most cases
too. That people like to talk about it while you're alive. They like to talk, oh, he's a drug addict, or he had a problem, or he has a problem, blah blah. But as soon as you pass away from it, everyone's all super shut up about it. That doesn't make any sense, Should be the other way. People be talking, be vocal about it, especially if you're vocal about it yourself.
Yeah, I think the first thing is people need to accept that nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Nobody's fucking perfect. And once you do that, you can open up the doors to talk to people. Yeah, he's kind of
Dean's perfect.
I just had to reach out to Dave Hackett, his wife, for help. His wife is she's a psychiatrist, and it had nothing to do with me personally. It was just with things that I wasn't doing for myself. I need to do something for people, and I need to create things and outlets that I need to have in my life. Otherwise, it gets crazy. Mm-hmm. And so, some people don't have that. Somebody is telling that kind of stuff. So that's what I think you need to fucking talk about. I'm always open to talk to anybody about it and the things that I've learned through the process of doing it and what helps me. But but it's just talk about it, man. Seriously, open up. Otherwise, you won't know.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Secrets don't help anybody.
No, they sit in the closet and then the skeletons stack up,
Yep. What record do you have there, Rex?
What I got today? I got that Big Joe car used, and then the Templars.
Oh, the Templars.
Yeah, 25th anniversary edition. I got that Mondo Generator.
Who's that?
Mondo Generator. It's kind of a Desert Standard.
Oh yeah, Mondo Generator. Yep.
Yep. And then I picked up this Cockatoo Twins, like nostalgic.
Ah, cool.
Got some patches and some bearings, some
All
other.
right.
Yeah, here's some stickers.
Heck yeah. Yeah, good to see you, man. All right, so back to the wins of 2020. Rex just showing us some records there.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Yeah, thank you for your support, guys.
Happy New Year.
Later, Rick. Yeah, thank you.
In no particular order, some records that I really enjoyed this year. I forgot one of them. Oh no, it's right there. But I'll throw them up, and if you have any comments on them, throw them out. If you don't say anything.
I got some.
I really liked this record. This was the New Benediction album, Scriptures. I thought it was a freaking scorcher, man. Whoa, look out. Hey, hang on, technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, that New Benediction was great. I listened to that one a ton.
The new Napalm Death.
Also very, very good.
Yep, there it is. Look at that. We got double whammy here. Double whammies.
I had mine here. I would hold it up, but I don't have it.
Napalm Death coming in hard. I really enjoyed the new. Wait, is this the new one? No, I grabbed the wrong one. But anyway, the latest from Paradise Lost was amazing as well. And I was going to get to represses. The repress of The Plague Within was a win as well. I love Paradise Lost. Love that record. Local guys, Wayfarer. This was a really good album. A little bit of a unique and interesting twist to black metal. Very relevant. Very not trying to pretend they're from Norway or anything. Making it their own and moving forward. The Cro-Mags In the Beginning album. This is the album that I probably played the most this year. Now my shit's falling. Oh, well, it'll be all right for a second. I really, really dug the new DOA album. Thought it was probably the best album they've dropped.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. You thought that record was really good when it came out.
Yeah, it's just a great hardcore.
They departed from like the punk rock and roll a little bit, and we're a little more.
Yeah, it's kind of back to being a hardcore punk band and not so punk and roll. Good stuff, man. This probably didn't show up on a lot of dudes' year-end list, but the new album from Evil Dead, great crossover stuff that leans more to the thrash metal side of crossover, but kick-ass album, really intelligent lyrics, and just a fun listen, man. Number one album in the world. The latest from AC/DC. I don't know if I've talked about this record on the show before or not.
Yeah.
But the hurdles we had to overcome to get this album out was amazing. It's just an awesome slab of hard rock wax. And the California Curse from Drain, really dug this album. Kind of a weird, not necessarily weird, but unique sound somewhere between Crumbsuckers, Beyond Possession, and I don't know, like Agnostic Front or something. This too is a really fun record. It makes you stomp around the living room, banging your head, and stage diving off the sofa. Well, those are kind of my top picks for the year. What are you guys thinking about?
So I gotta say, this one, Volume 2, I thought this was killer. Even though he came out as a Trump supporter, I thought that record was amazing.
The thing, how I resolved that with myself was that Ace isn't super sharp.
No, he's not. He's not. No, he's not.
I don't think that any of the people in Kiss are good human beings.
No.
I'm gonna go with Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley is the conscious of the band. Paul Stanley's a good dude.
I don't know. The record store day reissue of this was super.
Oh yeah, that's a real good one too.
To get this, I love this record my whole life, and it's cool to finally have it on vinyl. And then I thought this was a really good one.
Hey, I got that one on my list too.
Yeah, I thought this record was fucking great. Italian death rock, punk rock stuff. Fucking great record.
Or Bakui.
And
And it's
then,
fun to say.
did this come out this year? Did it come out last year? I don't know. I got it this year though, and I thought this fucking record ripped. So
Yeah, it's so good.
That album grew on me. At first, I was like, if I'm going to listen to this, I might as well just listen to Axe Grinder. But then I listened to it again, like, oh, this is actually really good. And I listened to it again, like, oh, this album kicks ass. And
I gotta say, honestly, even though I had a hand in it and putting it out, is the Buff Crestfoot. That record.
Oh yeah.
I listened to it probably 100 times.
Yeah, that is a.
I listened to that one too. That they're both sides are great, but that Buff side especially is good.
Actually, Trevor from Axe Grinder is on here, and he just threw out Riot Squad, Virtue Can Shine. That's his album of 2020.
Oh, nice.
New Riot Squad album.
Badass.
How you feeling, Trevor? You've been fighting COVID, man. Hopefully you're hanging in there, and if you're paying attention today, you're probably starting to feel a little bit better, I assume. Good. So otherwise, you just.
Dean.
I mean, if you're like super sick, the last thing you're gonna do is like tune into us jackasses,
Why not?
Dean, what do you got on your list this year?
I like that Wayfarer's one, Napalm Death, Benediction, obviously. New of Feather and Bone, I thought was really, really good too. I don't have any of those here, but I do have. This is probably my number one record of the year. Spectres, Nostalgia.
Really?
Yeah, it's just total like. I don't know, Joy Division-y, New Order kind of mixed up, real post-punky.
Is anybody in the shop right now?
Yeah, there's a couple people.
Okay, I was going to say, if not, pull your mask down.
That one, obviously this guy again that Justin pointed out.
The horror Victoria.
Yeah. And then I got it.
What do you call him, Josh?
Horror Vakui. What are they called?
I think it's Horror Vacua.
What is it?
Horror
Vacui or Vacui? I don't know.
All right, the three of us say it three different ways. We're all laughing at each other's pronunciation of it.
I know what it means. I know what it means. I don't know how to say it.
What does it mean? Scary vacuum?
No, it means like it's a type of artwork where every inch is like taken up by artwork, like almost like Nick Blinko style, where like every inch of paper has things going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. That's cool.
I didn't know that either. But they don't display that in the album cover itself. They leave a lot of open space there.
Yeah.
What is it? They've got a few albums out now. Isn't that like their third album?
That's their fourth album.
Fourth album.
Yeah, and then other than that, I got, obviously, you guys know me, I got a couple hip-hop ones. Conway the Machine, From a King to a God. Great record. Old school New York style hip-hop. And then this one is Fly Anakin and Pink Sifu. It's just a collaboration, but this is a great hip-hop record, too. Just came out.
Pink Sifu?
Uh-huh. Is your Alabama?
SIFU?
Yep, SIIFU.
Sifu is a kung fu instructor, a kung fu master.
Yep. So
my Sifu's name is Miranda. Sifu Miranda. I remember when they first started going there, I was like, what's your name? He's all Sifu, and I was like, dude's name is Sifu. And then I figured out that was actually his title.
Yeah.
What do you call like a karate guy?
Sensei.
Sensei, yeah. So in Kung Fu, he's like Sifu. In karate, you go into a dojo. Kung Fu, we go to a Kwun.
A Kwun?
Kwun, Kwoon.
Okay.
Huh.
I'm totally derailing here, but last night at Kung Fu, it was one of the most brutal experiences of my life. It's a good thing I took today off of work because I needed to sleep in, man. My body was freaking jacked up. Yeah, just crazy. Yeah, whatever. What do you got, Dean? You wrap it up there?
That's my list so far. Besides the stuff mentioned, that's the only stuff I have on me that I think qualifies.
All right, I didn't grab my stack of represses that I thought were cool this year, but I did grab a couple of them.
Mine are all Samhain.
What's that?
I said mine are all Samhain bootlegs. That's
Yeah.
my list of the best
Yeah, the represses, the Sam Hain ones are definitely on the top of that list. But the Gizm repress.
Oh, I haven't. Did they remaster that Gizm?
I don't know. It definitely sounds better than my bootleg version of it.
Okay.
The Poison Idea represses. If you're a Poison Idea fan, today was your year, man. I grabbed this one just to. This is the 40th anniversary. That's why I grabbed it, because it's not just a repress. It's the 40th anniversary of the Circle Jerks group sex. I didn't jump on it quick enough to grab a colored vinyl version, but I did jump on it quick enough to get one of these. And with the awesome book that it comes with,
super cool.
Yeah, they talk to everybody in this book about the impact this album had on. There's Tony Hawk, Ed Culver, Rick Agnew, Mike Ness, Joey Shithead from DOA. We were just talking about DOA. Kid Congo. This all these Jack Grisham, Ian Mackay, John Doe.
I was one of the
paragraphs here on how this album impacted them.
Once I got that on tape, dude. I lost my mind over that. I tried to get it tattooed on me, but the guy was drunk and screwed it all up and everything, dude. Like the Circle Jerks, I love that record. I love that record from day one.
Yeah, if you talk about like U.S. hardcore, American hardcore, that album has got to be at the top of that pile.
Mm-hmm.
It's flawless. It really captures that early kind of California punk vibe. And they're talking about skateboards in it. They're talking about Beverly Hills and the juxtaposition with the rich and the poor. Like, it is a killer album.
What's the drummer's name? It's like Butch or something. Well, he has a weird name. What is it? It's God, I swear it's like Butch or fuck. What is it? But he rips so fucking hard on that thing. He is insane.
Yeah, he's great on that for sure.
Yeah, like if you ever try to play those drum tracks like yourself, it's so fast. It's unbelievable, man. God, I can think of what he looks like. I can't think of his name now. I swear it was something like that, like Butcher. He had like a weird name. Oh, Josh has got the book out. Find it.
It's like
They don't tell you.
No, it's not jumping off the first couple pages here.
What is it, man? He's so good.
Isn't he dead?
I don't know, but he tried to play in Red Cross and they didn't like him. So he stole Red Cross's drummer and Black Flag singer, and they started their own band. Yeah.
But this version comes with a couple bonus tracks. They're just boombox recordings or whatever. But this also spells, I don't know what happened here, but Trust Records put this out, and obviously Frontier's been sitting on this album and reissuing it for years.
Yeah.
But no longer. I think Frontier lost this album. I got an email saying that, we won't be able to get it anymore in its current format. I don't know if they're going to do another run of these or what the future plans are for this album. I know we have a couple of the Frontier copies still in the shop. So if you don't have the album, you can run down and grab one of those before they're no longer available. But I think we sold out of the 40th anniversary ones.
Yeah, we did.
Lucky.
Lucky Lair.
Yeah.
That's right.
This I was really excited as far as represses, Condemned to Death. And this isn't so much it is a repress and it's not, because this is a compilation of the first 7-inch, the 1983 EP, and then some demos. And so this is like Condemned to Death started out as hardcore punk band, but you can really hear a lot of Septic Death kind of on some of the songs, maybe a little bit of the Accused. Their next album had a little bit more of a metal edge to it, and I know we're getting that repress in probably next week or so. So that's a good one too. So that was kind of, yeah. Oh, there's the Carcass repress of Swan Song came out this year. That was amazing. That sold out fast. I don't think we get any more of those. And the Murphy's Law represses were really popular this year too. So, I mean, there were a ton of represses out there. Those are just a few of the big ones that made the biggest splash, at least at our shop.
What do you think is the worst album you've heard this year?
The worst album that I've heard this year?
Uh-huh. I think for me, it's that T.I. covers album.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought that out because I was going to throw that out there. Yeah.
Dude.
The T.I. covers album was the worst album I heard this year.
Is this sad? There's so many punk bands that need to have like a record put out, and they're like, nah, well, put this out for DI. Like, what a waste of money in vinyl.
Dude, who was it? Cleopatra Records put that out, and then like a week or two later put out that Adolescence album that's mostly covers. And the Adolescence album actually got good reviews and whatnot. They actually spent some time and put some care into it, I think. The DI album, I don't know what the fuck anyone was thinking.
Yeah, that thing was ridiculous. It was like funny at first, and then it was just awful.
Dude,
I fucking hate punk bands who do Christmas songs. I fucking hate it. I hate it. Jesus fuck, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't dig that either.
Stop it.
I don't even like heavy metal. I love Rob Halford. I love Judas Priest, but I do not have any of Halford's Christmas stuff.
I thought you liked the Twisted Sister Christmas album.
The Twisted Sister Christmas album.
Say it.
I don't know. With that, Dean, I haven't listened to it in years. I don't know.
Your knife out?
Oh yeah,
are you waving a knife out?
I think off camera he's just doing butterfly knife tricks like underneath, sitting there practicing.
Heavy. It's got you could use it as a blackjack even. Funk, that would hurt. Yeah, that DI album, man. We have a virtual knife fight. Deez is a little slow springing into action, but it is strong when it gets there.
Ready to go.
Yeah, that DI album. I think I listened to the first side. I flipped it over, and then I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. I brought it back to the shop, and I think we're never gonna sell it because I badmouthed the album so bad that word's gotten out. Nobody's gonna pick it up out of the used section there.
You never know. Some DI completist might come in.
Yeah. He's like the last one.
Yeah.
Probably
another
DI album.
Another bright spot in the darkness of 2020 was the Clusterfucks video. We got a video out. Our friend Bart put together a video for us. That was really cool. That was pretty exciting.
Super cool.
And then tell us about Chain Reaction Records, the label, Justin. Some action over there this year.
Well, sure. I was doing. We started as Queen City, and then did Less Art. Queen City Records for a while, and then it was called Less Art Records for a lot of years. And then with the record store, it's like, what's the point of having a different named record label than the record store? So we're like, we'll call it Chain Reaction Records. We started putting stuff out under that, and then this year I decided I really wanted. Because I'm not in the shop as much anymore, and I was like, what can I do to help with the domination idea that you had? You're like, world domination, so what can we do to do that? And I was like, record label, hit the record label super hard. So I moved into an RV where I was only paying a couple $100 a month, and I was able to take all the money that I made from my job and invest into the record label, and was able to put out 4 12 inches this year. And the first was I was able to chip in with other people on putting out the Crest Buff Split, which I was super stoked to be a part of that. And then I put out 2 Roic 12 inches. And one is a Roic split with a band from California called Life Once Flourished here. And then we have End of Hope coming out from New York, which we found out, it'll be out in March. And then when that is out, we'll have End of Story out after that. So
we were talking about the End of Hope record the other day. Like, God damn, it's been like 6 months. But, dude, it's been – by the time it comes out, it will have been like 10 months or something because we started working on that in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a little whatever. I'm a little disappointed with the record pressing plant right now, but maybe we have to use a different pressing plant going forward from here. I don't know. It seems like every pressing plant that I use over the years, I always end up with some problem with them at some point. So it's kind of, I'm like running out of fucking people to use. So I either got to find it or shut the fuck up.
Eric is a smaller pressing plant, right? But they've always had good prices. And
and they do. The vinyl always turns out really nice. The packaging is always really nice. They get it to me sent really nice. But it takes forever. Where like a pirate press is really fast. But I've gotten boxes that are soaked and just records ruined, and and so it's kind of like and then it's okay, but they're kind of like the McDonald's of record pressing. Mm-hmm. And so, it's just something you got to play with,
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
With Erica, though, like, I get it. There's delays, there's COVID, whatnot, like communication.
Yeah.
Communication along the way just kind of, smooths the path out a little bit.
Oh, and I have 2 new tapes coming out here soon. One will be Motherfucker Teresa from Denver. And the other one will be a band I play in drums with one of our employees, Brazil, called Poison Tribe. And so those 2 tapes should be out in the next couple months here, as soon as I can kind of get caught up on my stuff. And I just moved, and I got to get my shit together here. So, you got one.
I forgot. I actually had these on hand. You mentioned it, but I actually had. Here's the Roic Life Once Flourished here.
And this dude drew the cover.
Yeah.
Dean,
handsome and artistically talented. What can I say?
Well, we already established that you're perfect. So
I know. I reminding people.
That just supports that idea. And then the other Roic record.
That art is so good.
I don't know which one I like better, man. I love listening to those.
We wrote those songs and recorded them together, but they're 2 different records. It's totally 2 different records. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. The Life Once Flourished here split is definitely the heavier, more amoebic sax grinder worship stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. Dude, I love it. It's killer. It's heavy as shit, man.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm stoked about it.
Well, cool. I mean, we're right at the top of the hour, and I actually exhausted all my notes here. Started out kind of honoring some of the folks that we lost this year. Some of the businesses that we lost. Thanking our community for a great year at the shop. I was just seeing earlier that Paul down at Fashion Nation was kind of saying the same thing, that they did well too, and that speaks loudly of the community in Metro Denver and slightly beyond. That they all got out there and found ways to support small business. But the bars and clubs are going to continue to struggle for a while, man. And I don't know. Some of them are having bake sales. The Oriental was baking cookies. It's tough for those places, man. I don't have the answers.
It's crazy too. They're saying trying to get lawyers to help evictions because so many people are facing evictions right now because all that stuff's running out. It's a hard time.
Yeah, don't worry, everybody. We're getting $600, so everything is okay.
600. Here I come Dubai. I'm gonna go stay at the Atlantis with my. A quick chat with Bob Rob today because he lives in Dubai, and he's like, I posted a picture on Facebook or whatever, and he's like, "Is that the Kiss concert in Dubai?" I'm like, yeah, and he's like, "Man, that thing was outrageously expensive," and I imagine so because a very limited crowd, and they showed the crowd. It's just a few people, and then they had all the hotel rooms that look down on it, and he was saying that a room there was like $1,000 or more. But then in the same breath, he was
Paid in Kiss dollars, man.
huh?
So Kiss getting paid for that one big time.
I don't know. I think that again that it was probably the hotel that put up most of the money. I don't know how much of that goes into the band's pocket. I think most.
Well,
of
I
it,
bet you it's recouping the cost that they had to pay to get
Yeah.
Kiss to play an exclusive
Yeah.
New Year's Eve show with
yeah,
100 gallons of fuel for the pyrotechnics.
yeah. But to put it in sort of perspective, maybe Bob Rob was saying, yeah, that was super expensive, but at the same time, it costs about $200 to go get some KFC and watch the fireworks. I mean, KFC is gross to begin with. I don't know if I'd be shelling out $200 to eat their freaking mutant geo farmed chicken mutants, man.
Did you see that they released a video game console, KFC did, that has a built-in chicken warmer?
Is it come already greasy? The machine's all greasy, like.
I mean, if it's not, it's gonna be if you're putting chicken in it. I can't imagine that can be good for a PlayStation. I don't put chicken on my PlayStation. I imagine that's a bad thing.
You don't?
KFC. How's KFC? Yeah, you got places like around town going out of business. How the hell is KFC in business?
Because it's the people eat bad stuff that's cheap.
Dude, yeah, people love chicken. Everybody loves chicken, dude.
I mean, I haven't eaten KFC in a long time, but chicken's good, man.
Delivered?
What's up?
Yeah, it's making my mouth water. Like I want to throw up.
I like coleslaw.
I do like coleslaw. They have good
Macaroni
coleslaw.
and cheese. That's about it.
And oddly enough, I remember one tour we were on, and I figured out that a good vegetarian alternative while you're on tour, you get sick of Taco Bell, was KFC. And I remember you going, "Oh, you're going to KFC?" I was like, "Yep, mashed potatoes with no gravy and coleslaw." And that was a nice change of pace from Subway and Taco Bell.
Well, let's talk about the big RIP of 2020, all the good shit at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You got rid of the good shit?
Soft tacos.
Really?
Yeah, they got rid of all the stuff. Mexican pizzas, all that shit's gone.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they're going more healthy. They're trying to compete with like Chipotle and stuff, aren't they?
No, it doesn't seem like it. It's just as crappy. They just got rid of spicy potato soft tacos.
Ah, those were good, man.
Yeah. Dude, $1. That was great.
Yeah, I'd get like 5 or 6 of them.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. The one thing that we were talking about all the releases from this year, and like there a lot of stuff. A lot of bands had to push their stuff back. We have experienced that as well. John Joseph was on New York Hardcore Chronicles the other day. He was talking about the new Blood Clot album, and Metal Blade told him, "Nope, not in 2021." I imagine Napalm Death. Bigger bands, record labels were probably okay with putting out records that they knew weren't going to be supported with a tour right away because the band's got a big enough name. But we'd been talking about that with the Clusterfuck stuff, and then hear that Metal Blade told Blood Clot, "You guys got to wait. We're not, they're not big enough. They drop a Blood Clot album right now. I'm not going to be able to get out and support it." So that I get it. That makes some business sense. Frustrating to a lot of bands, but at the same time, it does make some business sense. Well, what are your New Year's Eve plans, Justin?
Honestly, I grow weed for a living, so I got to get up in the morning and go to work. So I'll probably be in sleep by 10. Have a couple Heinekens, a little bit of whiskey, and probably go to bed.
Right on. I think we're gonna make homemade pizza and probably play games, watch a movie or something. I'll probably be in bed by 10 and watch TV or whatever. But
yeah, easy.
Tomorrow morning, plan is to get up early and do my think it's my 5th annual New Year's Day hike of Red Rocks.
Red Rocks, yeah.
Yeah, that's always my thing, to kick off the new year with a hike around Red Rocks.
That's cool. Should be nice. I think it's supposed to be 50s. So.
Trevor said, look out for Burning Flag, new material 2021. New track, Eat the Rich is awesome. Hey, Trevor, if you can, if there's a link, if you got a link to that, throw it up on the Chain Reaction page and we'll share that around. Right on, folks. Dean, we already discussed this, but it was before we were live. Justin already disclosed our New Year's Eve plans. What are yours, Dean?
I'm just going to hang out in my house, drink some Chris Jericho champagne, a little bit of the bubbly.
There you go.
That's it.
Would you do that bottle of Crown Royal I gave you?
Drank some of it.
Butt chugged it.
Put it right in my butt.
Well, 2021. Well, here we won't quite wrap it up yet. I got one more question for everybody here. I don't know if you're into New Year's resolutions or goals or whatever, but do you guys do anything like that?
I always just try to be better.
When Justin's starting to get naked, I don't know what's going on there.
I've gotten pretty fat, so I'm going to skinny up again. That's about it.
Dean, would you say, Dean, just be better?
Yeah, I just try to be more productive, stuff like that. That's usually my goal for the new year.
Yeah, mine's similar. Like I said, for the shop this year is level up, and this year is gonna be different for me. Is I'm turning 50 in March, and I said my 40s were my best decade. Just more sure of who I am as a person, more confident, more comfortable. So I kind of want to take that into 2021 and into my 50s. And like you said, Dean, just be better, and meditate more, read more. I'm having a lot of fun with the Kung Fu. I want to continue with that and just be a better person. Cool. There's the link, and I'll throw that. Let's see. I'll throw that up on. Oh, there you go. Look at that. I didn't even know we could do that.
Nice. Nice job.
Yeah, look at that. Beauty, eh? Beauty job, eh? So hey, Dean.
Yeah. What's up?
Hang on, Dean. All right. Well, while I'm thinking of something, how did they name Canada?
How did they name Canada?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the founding fathers, after they corralled all the indigenous people and locked them up and slaughtered them, they sat around and said, well, we got to name this place that we just conquered. Anybody got any ideas? And they just argued. And they said, hey, let's just cut out the letters of the alphabet and throw them in a hat. We'll pull out random letters, and that'll be the name of our new land here. And so they put in the hat, pull out the first letter, C, eh? N, eh?
Yeah.
D, eh?
Yeah, can we mute your microphone from here?
Hey, Dean.
Oh, my God. That didn't happen. Oh, jeez.
Hey, Dean, did you know dogs can't operate MRI machines?
I heard that they can't look up.
Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay.
That's it for me. I'm putting in my 2 weeks. I'll see you guys later.
So I have to say the worst part of this year has been those 2 jokes.
What?
How you doing, man?
I said the worst part of this year is your 2 jokes.
Yeah. So far, New Year's Eve is starting off on a bad note.
If two vegetarians get in an argument, is it still a beef?
It's a what? I didn't even hear that one.
Dean,
No, you don't need to repeat it. Don't worry about it.
If two vegetarians get in an argument, is it still considered a beef?
Sure, why not?
Dogs can't do MRIs, people, but cats can, and we'll launch into the year on that.
Was that joke necessary for 2 times?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
You're going to have to agree to disagree about that.
On our next on our next podcast, we'll talk about what makes brilliance.
I'm wondering how I can get this link and post it on the page.
You just copy it and post it.
It won't let me.
I mean, you can just go to the link, like type it
Yeah,
in.
I'd rather do that. Burning Flag, Bandcamp, Keith Rich. I'll do that as soon as the show's over. I'll post that up on our page. All right, we got a new year. Well, this show's reached its logical conclusion. Dean's flashing his blade again. Let's everybody get out your blades. A little salute with the blades here. All right, everybody. Be good. Be safe out there tonight. Be good.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, buds.
Bye-bye.